Not yet updated on the game, but we are currently 17th, and we did lose that Chelsea game in real life 3-0, an absolute battering that got Ange fired. We got about 77 million in the bank, and we're going to be trying to use some of that in January. But honestly, taking a look at the team here, I kind of just want to bring it back to the 4-2-3-1 and see how the players do. The team is very, very solid everywhere that you look. Of course, they made some great summer signings. Ndoye came over. This guy is such a good player. Very quick, good on the ball. We've got Milenkovic and Murillo at the back. These guys are two solid center backs with lots of growth still in them. Sells a little outdated, 33 years old. Maybe we try to bring in a new goalie. We got Bakwa. He came in as well in the summer. Cunha, a nice young Brazilian center back. Calimundo, an exciting, quick French striker. He might be taking over Chris Wood. He is up there in age as well. They brought in Douglas Luiz. Maybe we can revive his career. James McAtee from City. This guy is so good in real life. So excited to see how he develops in this series. And yeah, guys, we're going to sip into January. We're going to see how the team does, and we'll go from there. Do a quick little squad overview here. So we've got Sales, 33 years old, getting up there in age, still decent, maybe a couple more seasons out of him, but we need to bring in someone younger who can take over eventually. They brought in Zinchenko here, out for 13 days. Decent little rotation piece. Obviously, Nico Williams is going to be my starting left back. A couple young players here. Willie Bally looking to, not going to resign with them. 34 years old, 73 rated, not good enough. David Carmo might have him stay when he comes back from loan and be our backup center back with Morato. We've got Murillo, great player. 23 years old, 83 rated already. Savona, okay player. I mean, young, could still grow. Aina, he's out for 5 weeks, so we're going to see how Savona does in those 5 weeks, but obviously our starting right back when he comes back. We've got Sangare, Yates, Dominguez, Anderson. Elliot Anderson, what a player. He's definitely going to be the cornerstone of our team. Hudson-Odoi, still young, still very exciting on the wing. Him and Ndai could do some interesting stuff for us. We've got Gibbs White, the best player on the team in my opinion, closely to Anderson of course. They got Hutchinson they picked up from Ipswich, very good there as well. So yeah, guys. Honestly, the team's got a lot of potential here. Igor Jesus, a striker they brought in, so maybe he takes over Chris Wood. He is 33. How many years does he have left on his contract? 1.5 years, so maybe we don't resign, we let Chris Wood walk. Aoi, he could probably go, not good enough for the team to be honest. And then Calimundo, another player that they signed. So overall, the team is young in a lot of places, a lot of talent and exciting potential. I think they just need to kind of get their chemistry back, and they really should have gone rid of Nuno. Halfway point, and we're sitting about middle of the table, 22 points. We've had some decent wins, but hopefully at least a top 8-7 finish for the season would be great. I think we can make that up. First signing of the rebuild, and it's that backup goalkeeper that we talked about. Rest is joining us from Toulouse, a young French goalkeeper. 38 million is very expensive, but he is going to be in net as of next season because I think sales will start to decline quickly. End of season number 1, and we got 10th place. Not too bad considering our start, really. Let's see how we did in the other competitions here. Now, FA Cup, where did we go out? Champions, Man City, so we didn't win it. And we went out over here, round 5 to West Ham. Could have gone our way, 2-1, not a big loss. Carabao Cup, going to Man City as well. These guys have won everything here. And where did we go out? We went out in the 3rd round to Swansea. That is a little bit embarrassing, but it is what it is. Super Cup went to PSG. The Champions League went to Juventus, beating PSG in the final. They almost went back-to-back years. That would have been something. Europa League, we were in this competition. And where did we go out? We went out in the round of 16 to Freiburg. 3-2. This could have been a competition we could have won, honestly. And last but not least, UEFA Conference League going to, I'm not even going to try to say that name, but they beat Crystal Palace 3-1 in the final. Alright, Gibbs White had a crazy season for us. He's up to an 84, 18-10. Chris Wood bagged again, 17 goals, 11 in the Premier League. Hudson-Odoi, big season from him as well. Ndoye did alright, sharing minutes with Bakwa. Igor Jesus didn't really get a shout. He's going to be Calimundo. I played him at the end of the season, hoping he would get some more goals, but didn't really click. Then Elliot Anderson, 9 assists, very good stuff. Hutchinson, 3 in the 20 games that he played, not bad either. Busy start to season number 2. I've started to clear out some of the dead wood in the club. Sales, it's time to go. It's time to put rest in net. Then we had a couple of guys here on expiring contracts, so I thought I'd get some money from them. And then, of course, send James McAtee on loan again so he can get some more game time. First signing of season number 2 and an exciting young player. Bouadi is joining us from Lille, 30 million, only 18 years old. He's coming to grow off the bench and get slowly integrated into the team. Sangare left, so I needed another CDM off the bench. And with Zinchenko going back to Arsenal, we needed a young left back to replace some games of Williams. We've gone off to Club Brugge and we've signed their young left back, Joaquin Sainz, for 23.8 million. Great signing, very good for his age, and has a very, very high ceiling. Only 2 signings for season number 2. I really want to keep the core of this team. I really like what they have going on here. So Rest now in net, starter for sure. The starting lineup, no changes. Kalimuendo going to be our striker from the get-go now. Chris Wood is retiring at the end of the season. And then on the bench, we have a very solid bench. Saizen right there, Bouadi, Bakwa. I mean, this team is going to grow. I think this year we could fight for Europa League for sure. Even our reserves, we got some great players here. Let's see how the team goes and does in season number 2. I'm hyped. End of season number 2, and we finished 10th place again. 57 points. I think we need to be aggressive in the transfer market for season number 3. Man City winning the league. 85 points there. Very nice for them. The FA Cup going to Chelsea, beating Coventry in the finals. And where did we lose? We lost all the way in the 4th round to Middlesbrough. We are horrible in these competitions. We need to do better. Carabao Cup going to Liverpool. Where did we lose? Oh my days. We lost all the way back here. 2nd round to MK Dons. That is embarrassing. I'm surprised I wasn't fired for that alone. Ooh, Super Cup goes to Betis, beating Juventus in the final. The Champions League went to Roma, beating Leverkusen in the final. What kind of Champions League run was this? In the Europa League, we got Chelsea beating Newcastle. That's more of a Champions League final than the other one was. And in the Conference League, we got ourselves Shakhtar Donetsk beating Aston Villa 3-2 in the finals. So, Gibbs White, 16 goals, Hudson-Odoi 14, Kilimuendo with 10, not growing too much, so might need to bring in a striker. Bakwa up 2 with 7 goals, 6 assists. Igor Jesus did decent as well. And Ndoye probably could have played some more games here. Aina +1, but he's 30. Maybe we upgrade at right back. Assist leader was Hudson-Odoi and Gibbs White. Honestly, this second season, a little bit disappointing, but it's good to see that we still got some growth. I see Rest here must have been injured for quite a few games. He only played 35, and that could have been reason behind our insuccess for this season. But let's see how we do in season number 3. Alright, so Yates wanted to leave, was complaining about his playtime, and we have no time for that. He's out the door. Time to bring in an exciting player for his position here. 151 million in the budget. Don't mind if I do, but I'm not going to do a complete squad overhaul. Looking to bring in maybe 3 players to really reinforce the lacking positions here. Dortmund have come and hit the release clause. 111 million for Murillo. He is leaving. I don't know how I'm going to replace him. Aina off to Real Sociedad, 33 million. Jota Silva didn't want to re-sign, off to West Ham for 13.7. Murillo, like we talked about, and our 3rd choice keeper also leaving. Time to make some upgrades. We've got a lot of money to work with. Here we go. This is what we needed. With Aina leaving, Emilio Valente is joining us from Valencia, 40 million. 17 years old, I believe, 20 years old. Very good right back. Exactly what we needed. Next up, Alexis Albert, 60 million from Sevilla. A wonder kid that we found. A regen, an A signing, of course. 17 years of age and 81 rated is ridiculous. And here we go. Maybe the final piece to the puzzle, missing the center back, of course. We've gone to Strasbourg and we've gone and signed Emmanuel Imega for $50 million. A bargain of a price. A great young forward that's hopefully going to tear up the Premier League. The final piece of the puzzle. This is the guy that's going to get us over the line. Our new captain, Mark Gahey, is joining us from Crystal Palace. 27 years old. He's bringing some Premier League experience. He's up there. He's solidified. 51 million is a great piece of business. Let's see how the team is now looking going into season number 3. And here we are, Valent in the team, Gehi in the team, Imega up front, and then we also have Albert on the bench. Very, very deep squad. We can definitely get Europe this season. Let's see what the boys can do in season number 3. I have a good feeling about this one. That is a lot better. 4th place. We're in the Champions League, 74 points. And Man City are champions again on 85. But what progression the team had this season. For the FA Cup, Chelsea won it. Where did we get eliminated? Probably early on. Yep. Round 4 against West Brom. This is ridiculous. Something with the simulation this year must be going on because every single time we just get kicked out so early on. Look, Crystal Palace, round 3. Man City won the Carabao Cup. UEFA Super Cup went to Roma. Wow, look at them go. They must have some project going there. Champions League went to Bayern Munich beating Chelsea on pens. That's like a retro finals right there. We've seen a lot of Chelsea and Bayern in the past. We've had Napoli beating Aston Villa for the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to Manchester United beating Fiorentina 2-1. Alright, Gibbs White, 29 goals, 11 assists. What a season. 88 rated. Our captain is doing bits. Baka with 14. Emegwa, first season, only 14 goals. Expected a lot more from him, not gonna lie. Hudson-Odoi still performing. Elliot Anderson, 4 and 5. And Kali Mwendu off the bench, only 4 goals. We need to produce a little bit more here, boys. But Gibbs White, what a season. 11 assists, leading the team in assists. Bakwa second with 7 and Anderson with 5. And Joaquin Saiz, I think he might be our starting left back next season. Might be time to sell Nico Williams. We'll have to see how that goes. Made a couple moves for season number 4. We brought in the left back backup Asnu. Wagner and Anderson are 2 backup goalkeepers. And we sold Nico Williams because we have a promising left back that I want to give the reins to. Morato wanted to leave as well, and so did Gunn. And here's how we're lining up for season 4. No real additions to the starting lineup, but I like where the team stands. I want to see it grow one more season at least. And says he's going to be our left back, 23 years old, same rating as Williams, and a ton of potential to go. So guys, let's go into season number 4 and see how the team can do. We're at January and I can't believe I'm doing this. Valent, our right back, wants out of the club, so we're going over to Roma and a swap deal to get this beaut. 20 years old, 87 rated, Valent plus 44 million. Gets us Jan Van Wyck. What a player this is. I'm so excited to see how he can develop on that right side for us. Growing pains with this team. 5th place in season number 4. We took a step back. I think I need to upgrade my defense. 54 goals against is just way too much. Arsenal win the league with 90 points. So very impressive from them. And City finished 2nd. Emirates FA Cup. City won it. Where did we go out here? It's usually pretty early on. It's like every other year. And yep, in the 3rd round to Barnsley, we lost 4-1. How does that keep happening? Carabao Cup to Man City as well. And where did we go out? We went out to Crystal Palace. At least we made it to round 4. Previous years, we've been losing a lot earlier than that. The Europa Super Cup went to Napoli, beating Bayern 3-2. Very impressive from them. We were in Champions League. That went to Arsenal. So they won the league and the Champions League. And we lost in the quarterfinals, 4-1 on aggregate to PSG. Not too bad. Europa League will be here next year. Atletico Bilbao won 2-0 over Wolfsburg. And finally, the Conference League went to Brighton, losing to Frankfurt, 1-0 in the final. So, Emmanuel had a big season, 28 goals, but not a lot of growth. We might need a new striker here. Gibbs White, 23 and 13, 90 rated now. It's time we start seeing some good progress. Hudson-Odoi kind of stagnating a little bit, and Bakwa as well. 12 and 7 for them. Assist-wise, Gibbs White leading the charge with 13. Bakwa with 10, Hudson-Odoi with 10, and Elliot Anderson, I would thought he would be a 90 rated by now. Albert though is 87 and growing at a rapid pace. We are going for it. I've been saving our funds the last couple seasons, just tweaking the team here or there, but I found myself a 20-year-old, 87 rated French center back, and we paid 194 million for him. But I think he's in for here and the future. One of the best in the world already at his age and has so much to grow. This is the kind of signing we needed. Here we go. This is exactly what we needed. Benjamin Sesko is joining us from Manchester United in another swap deal. This time, Imega going the other way, plus 60 million, 88 rated, ready to lead us to Premier League glory. This is a monster signing. Milinkovic is leaving us with the new signing of that center back. He just doesn't have room in the squad anymore. 31 years old as well. It's time for him to move on. I believe he's going to Manchester City. He's taking on $68 million. That is a bargain of a deal. Third and final signing of the season. Malik Ibrahim is joining us in a swap deal. $70 million plus Mark Gahey. We have two new center backs and a new partnership back there. Hopefully they can take us to the promised land. And here's how we're lining up for season number 5. Ibrahim and Boudry back there. Van Wyck, the new right back, 88 rated now. Sesko leading the line. We've made some very, very good improvements and the bench keeps growing. I think this season we have to win the Premier League. Some big progress. End of season number 5. And we get second place. 6 points behind Chelsea, who finished on 81. Very good stuff here. And the FA Cup, how did we get on? Liverpool won it. And where did we go out? We have to go all the way back, don't we? Yep, in the third round to Bolton. Might as well be the first round. Carabao Cup went to Chelsea beating Newcastle. And we went out in the third round again, this time to Wolverhampton. We do so poorly in these cups. UEFA Super Cup went to Atletico Bilbao. That is a bit of a shocker, beating Arsenal there. Champions League, Real Madrid beating Dortmund 2-0 in the finals. And then we've got here the Europa League, Nottingham Forest winning it. We won it, boys. 3-0 over Fenerbahce. Our first big tournament. I hope that we can win the league next season. It's going to be our 6th season. And we got Valencia here winning Malmo on penalties in the Conference League. Stats-wise, Sesko, 31 goals. Very good debut season for him. Gibbs White, 25 and 18 is ridiculous. Bakwa, 15. Hudson-Odoi 11, and Elliot Anderson finally having a big season for us, 9 and 7. Like what I see there. Leading in assists was Gibbs White, followed by Sesko. Let's get into season number 6 and see if we can finally win the Premier League. Final piece of the puzzle. Ralph Werner, regen, is joining us from Roma. 106 million spent on our new starting left back. Exactly what the team was in need of. Reyes didn't grow enough. Here we are. This is how we're lining up for season number 6. Our starting lineup is so good. There's no way we don't win the Premier League this season. Our bench also very, very strong. I mean, we got 84s on the bench here. Adjusting it a little bit here. Guys, wish us luck. Last season, we gotta win the league. There it is. We finally managed to do it. Premier League champions, 86 points, edging out Man City, who had 78, 107 goals scored, and only 50 conceded. A very solid season from us and the boys. FA Cup, going to Manchester City. Where did we go out? We went out in the third round to Swansea. Nothing surprises me anymore in these cups. Carabao Cup went to Arsenal, and we went out in the quarterfinals to Man United 4-2 on pens. I mean, it's something. We usually get out much sooner than that. We lost to pens to Real Madrid as well in the Super Cup. Not ideal. In the Champions League, wow, Madrid won that as well. And they beat us on their way to the final. We definitely would have beat Arsenal. That's a shame. The Europa League goes to Club Brugge, beating Liverpool 2-1. Talk about an upset. And in the Conference League, it went to Napoli, beating Hoffenheim 2-0 in the finals. Final stats, Sesko with 40, 32 in the Prem, Bakwa with 26, Gibbs White with 25, Ndoi with 8, Albert with 7, Anderson with 7, assist leaders, Gibbs White on 15, Hudson-Odoi on 13, and Sesko on 13, Albert 21 years old, 92 rated already. What a team we built here. And here she is. This is what the team looks like. It's a team built to dominate. I mean, Gibbs White getting up in there in age, but the majority of the team is still very young and has so much room to develop. Really enjoyed this rebuild. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave it a like. Comment down below what you thought of the signings. And if you enjoyed the video, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.